You are listening to the Sportcat Show.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. You have the one, the only Sportcat. I am here with you for the next 2 hours. We're live on YouTube. And of course, our loyal fans in Australia. Thank you to Dare Talk Radio for allowing us to tickle your ears on Radio X Gold, Radio X, and Radio X Country. I am joined by my freshly awakened, beautiful co-host, Miss Brenda.
It's a good thing Glenn, I'm so glad that you're on that list, like my daughter, where when I have my do not disturb thing on my phone, at least you can reach me.
I think you're on.
Ladies and gentlemen, do not wash your hair and go to bed with your hair wet.
You look a little frizzed.
I got style.
Yeah, you do.
My hair is naturally curly.
Style too. I'm day 10,763 without hot water.
Do you need to come over and take a hot shower?
You know, my neighbor asked me if I'd come over and
probably because they can smell you from there.
Yeah. No, I'm cleaning. I take a bucket of hot water, boiling hot water, and pour it over my head. It gets the Sportcat smell out. So everybody in Australia, I want to encourage you to come over and find us on the YouTube, where you can join the live chat. We have such great persons. We got people here. How about that? We have Wendell, and we have Denise, my mod and loyal fan that is a supporter of the show, and we have Chris. I see him in here somewhere. I don't know.
Yeah.
We have Monica. Hello, Monica. Welcome.
Monica's not happy. A bird shit on her clean car.
Well, that's breaking news. Denise is reminding everybody to, I got a button here for this somewhere, to come over. Oh, where'd it go? Yeah, there we go. Please, no, that didn't show. I don't know. I can't get, it's Monday. There we go. Please come over and hit the like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Let me catch up in the I forgot to hit a button. I'm always forgetting to hit a button. So, well, Monica, that is horrible news. Get it off before it stains your car.
And Wendell says you need to fix your hair too. Apparently, your hair is just as
I went to bed. I went to bed with like you with a wet head, and it's doing.
I've been going to bed early at night, and I got to stop doing that because then I wake up at 4 a.m. Then I'm sitting here twiddling my thumbs. By 7:30, I go back to bed, and then I wake up late. I gotta knock that off.
I woke up at like 6, but
I don't stay up when I wake at 6.
So I started to get up. So, but I
take day meds, and I muscle relaxers and my day meds for my leg. Oh. So I will go back to sleep. So I have to get up early to take those to go back to sleep, but. Gotcha. I just need to start taking them before I go to bed also, and then sleep them off. I don't drink and have to sleep off a drunk and wake up hungover. Oh, no. I do my Lily.
Wendell is fixated on my hair. Denise says that it's like to have a bird crap on your car.
Oh. You know what? I got to tell you guys a funny, quick story.
So, Wendell, are you going to be offended if I shave? I'm like totally. I may just shave it all off. So I may upset Wendell.
So
he's my man crush.
Yeah. So one day I'm driving down the street, and I was driving my friend's car, and she was in her military uniform, sitting in the passenger seat, and it was raining, but she wanted to smoke a cigarette, so she had the window down cracked just a little bit. And a bird flew by, and tell me how talented this bird butt was, because that thing pooped and it went right in that crack in the window and landed on her uniform. Spectacular bird poop, let me tell you.
Monica says she has muscle relaxers too. Well, I hope you're okay, Monica. Denise says, I can't stay up late anymore. I have to push myself so I can watch my Brenda.
I know.
Yeah, you do run late on your shows. You run really late.
I have to, because Susie's out feeding the horses and doing barn stuff, and then she has to go in and get a shower. So I have to do them late 9 o'clock my time, which is 10 o'clock Denise's time. So I do see her when I have my shows an hour earlier.
See, that's because you're on the other side of the world. You need to come back over here where everybody is. So, except
Eastern
for
time.
most New Yorkers. Chris says he was pitching a baseball game in high school, and he bird shit on the mound. What's called shit shoulder for the rest of the season. So, Chris, if it had landed on the ball and you'd thrown it, would that been a technical? So, well, I'll tell you, last night I was really doing some soul searching, so I got to make some changes and things. Well, it's something come up that I hadn't thought of in a long, like 4 years time, and it kind of
Burial services.
me. No. In this case, I kind of wish, but no. I'll tell you off air. Yeah, so I was doing some soul searching. Then I was watching, we'll talk about it when we get to breaking news here in a bit. I was watching the football game, and any loyal fan that follows me, NFL football, let me be correct myself for our Australia folks. And when the player got injured, and I mean, now as a medic, that was a gross injury. And he had no business being in there. We'll talk about that when we get to breaking news. But yeah, let's see. Denise says that doctor prescribes it for a shoulder, rotator cuff injury. Okay. Who's you don't have one? I don't know what the hell Wendell's talking about. Who's you don't have one? And he's screaming, laughing. I don't know.
I think because I said for my leg. Window, I still have one leg left. Okay. Good God Almighty! You gonna take them all? Would you like that one too? Here, you can have it. I wouldn't do that. He'd probably eat it.
Yeah, the injury was very gruesome, but I think the MRI is back. So we'll talk about that in a minute. So we'll get over in the news. So. Well, let's what do we say we just start this show? We just get going.
Yeah, let's go.
Let me hit the right button. Why did it do that? Oh, he said he was talking about soul searching. He said I don't have one.
Oh.
Sometimes I wonder if I do. So
you're a very sweet boy. Give yourself some credit.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we're going to do this today. I don't know. We're something different. So currently on the East Coast, it is 2:10. Let me put my little time up there. That's important to us for keeping coordinated universal time. And for later, when we want to go back and review the show, we can go to certain timestamps. So hit your sound about not being an expert. That's right. He has warned me. I've got to before we get into anything serious, because we've had people.
The views, opinions, and satirical content expressed on Sportcat's Daily Gazette
That's me.
are those of the host, Glenn Sportcat Jackson,
Guilty,
and do not reflect the views of any affiliated networks,
Nope.
sponsors, or platforms hosting the show.
That's right.
This show is intended for entertainment purposes only.
That's correct.
Please note, satire and humor, all commentary, especially on news, sports, and entertainment, is presented in a satirical manner.
That is correct.
Statements made on this show should not be taken as factual reporting or professional advice.
That's right. I'm not a scientist. I'm not a
I have
doctor.
professional advice. Don't eat green eggs and ham. So.
I'm not a lawyer.
You're not a lawyer. I'm not a lawyer.
And apparently, I'm not a hot water heater repair person either.
Oh my God. Well, not without parts. Did you use parts yet, by the way?
No. They left Nashville this morning.
Yeah,
I can walk to Nashville, get them from the parts warehouse, and walk home before they've been delivered.
I'm telling you, I haven't got my phone case yet either.
They're watching us. Good morning in LA. It's 11:13. Well, it's 11:12, almost 11:13 in LA. Denver, it's your lunchtime, 12:12. Illinois, it is 1:12. And for our friends in Anchorage, Alaska, I'm sorry for the weather. It's 10:12 in the morning
Do
And
y'all
there's
have any
probably
clocks
something.
left? I don't think they have clocks left.
Honolulu, it's 9 in the morning. And then we drop down to our friends in Australia. Good morning in Perth. It is 3:13 a.m. Sydney, well, burnt toast and coffee time. Get going. I'll get you some news here in a bit. 6:13. Adelaide, here, 5:43. And our friends in Lord Howe are also 6:13. And in case you're curious, it's 7:13 in Sanaville. So I have already seen Christmas commercials. I am not ready for this. So,
No.
not ready at all. Well, if you go outside and you look up at the sky, you will see that we are still at a waxing gibbous. Gibbous? Yeah, that's it. We've got 95% illumination of the moon. We are on our way to the beeve. Brenda, are we going to survive and make it to the beeve?
Well, we might, because, the Overlord ship apparently has...
Well, we get some breaking news about that too. So,
oh, God. Yeah, we'll make it to the beeve.
yeah, as long as we make it to the beeve.
Yeah, we have to make it to the beeve. We have to push ourselves to the beeve. That's
right. Push yourself for the beeve. Wait back, close the chat here inadvertently. Chris says, I find Glenn and Brenda reflect my views often. Well, so
we like your
Wendell
views.
Says that it's 1:13 here in Alabama. So
that's what time it is here. So when did Alabama get on my time? Get out of here.
There's a part of it that is. Well, I think most of it.
Oh God, Wendell's in that part, which means he's closer to me.
He's closer to you.
So how I'm moving.
Oh, that'll confuse you right there.
Hey,
here is where it is daylight and dark. Sun is well out over South America, lighting up our troops in Venezuela that have the green light. So, and the moon, well, it's over Africa, where our special ops are preparing for missions. One good thing about America, we're good at blowing shit up. So,
are we though? Yeah, we are.
Yeah, we are. So.
I could say a few things, but I'm going to sit here and shut up.
Wendell is he is chatty today. He says they're having too much fun on Uranus. So,
how do you know? Were you there?
Wendell. I love my live chat.
Wendell.
And I brought this only up because the sun is still 16 minutes and 29.2 seconds early. How does this happen? Especially when we lost an hour. We fell back, but the sun, it sped up again. I don't understand.
Oh, God, don't tell anybody. They'll change the time back again and make us wait. It's all about confusion. What's wrong with you?
That's correct. It's all about confusion.
Yes.
Well, if you were outside looking for 3i Atlas, you know that comment that doesn't exist. Well, it's closer to Venus than the sun. It's closest to the sun, but it's going to peek out from behind the sun here soon. But apparently, you can still see it. So, I mean, don't look at the sun. So, but at any rate, it's it's out there. So, we continue to watch the other 4 comments that are headed towards hitting our sun and wiping it out. I don't know. I am fake news. So.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll talk about 3i Atlas in a minute. So, Brenda, today's trivia. What should you keep after you give it to someone? Oh. I got luckily we're not on
Herpy Hepavid.
Do you swallow or spit? Let's see. Your word. What should you keep after you give it to someone? Your word. You hear that, Wendell? So.
Okay, you guys, I know where our brains are.
Yeah, I've been married for 200 years, so yeah. There is only one way to stop happiness. Stop worrying about things you cannot control.
That's right.
Epictetus, yeah, some guy. So, yeah, it's harder to do than you think. You know, it really is.
What's up with that bird?
Because so much your mind just gets, especially at night, just starts going and thoughts come into your head, and yeah. I keep worrying about, am I popular in Australia? You know
what you need? You need your daughter to go get you some gummy bears, and you need to cut off an ear and just eat it before you go to bed.
You know the story about Mrs. Sportcat and gummies, don't you? At Tiffany's wedding?
I didn't hear this.
Oh, you didn't hear that? So when Tiffany got married back, what was that, June? Yeah, early June, in the mountains of Tennessee, Beth had been in the kitchen cooking and baking for the ceremony. And there was like one fan. We're in the heat of summer in the mountains under a tin roof. And she wasn't listening to me and hydrating. I was drinking like a bottle of water every 5 minutes. It was hotter than a Baptist hell. And so she was starting to get anxious. So my daughter's like, well, I got something to calm me down. And she gave her a gummy. And then, well, she gave her another gummy.
Oh, no.
She couldn't stand up. And she was tripping. Luckily, since we have so many friends that are first responders, when she got sick, they started taking care of her because I was busy doing things.
Oh, poor Beth.
Yeah, my daughter for her wedding doped her mother. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Then on the way home, because we had to leave. She couldn't stay. We had to leave. And she's like seeing shit and talking weird stuff. And I'm like, just sit over there and shut up.
Oh my God.
And put you to bed. She didn't wake up for a day and a half.
Well, was she any worse than that night you called me when you were drunk and she was driving? And you were just talking all kinds of shit.
Well, I was drunk. I was drunk that night.
No, you were. You called me with your wife sitting there, and I'm telling you to knock it off and sit down.
Yeah,
she's ready to put you out on the side of the road.
And then she made me stop so we could go grocery shopping, and I had to interact with people.
Oh my God. If y'all don't know, drunk Glenn is silly as hell. He is so much worse than sober Glenn.
I tend to get naked too, but that's another story.
While he's driving down the road.
Well, there might have been an incident. So
yeah. If you ever are behind a vehicle and clothes are being thrown out the window while they're driving, odds are it's Glenn.
Yeah.
Sportscat has left the building.
This is the bright yellow van. Yeah, it's probably me. Monica says, when I took a gummy for the first time, I was in the bathroom for 8 hours.
Did you get lost, Monica?
I honestly wish that for Beth that there had been somebody there to give her an IV, but
I seen a meme the other day that says, that's it, I'm done taking gummies. I was in the bathroom for 8 hours trying to put my seatbelt on my toilet, thought I was in the car. That would be me.
Yes, I've never done drugs, so I wouldn't know what it feels like. So I guess because I was a firefighter paramedic for so long, I just never did. I didn't even in high school.
Oh, I did when I was younger. Me and my friends took shrooms on a bus ride for a school outing at Disneyland. Yeah, I did all of Disneyland.
So high she couldn't move. So.
Yeah. Oh no, I did Disneyland rides like 2 or 3 times. Every ride was done, and I swear it only took 10 minutes. But apparently we were there for hours.
I guess the worst thing I did, I tried pot once and I had an asthma attack and ended up in the ER. So didn't do that. I guess the worst I did was probably, you remember those diet pills you could buy at 7-Eleven?
Yeah.
I guess that was the worst I did. For school, let's see. I think I took one on a Thursday. I was up for the test Friday, and then we had the football game. I drove to Tennessee, visited with my friends in Tennessee, drove back to Virginia, and hadn't slept since like Thursday before.
Dang. It's like you had 2 pots of coffee all to yourself.
Yeah, I did. Started having flashbacks of Vietnam, and I've never been to Vietnam.
Oh,
I think it was a book we were reading for school.
oh gosh, no! You don't. Maybe you don't need gummies.
Yeah, no, I will not. Chris says, when I was a big drinker in college, I got an invite to join a fraternity at a school I didn't go to because I used a fake name and phone number of a real student to get into their rush party.
Oh my god,
That's great. That's great.
that's my kind of party dude right there.
I'm glad I went to a small college and we didn't have all that stuff. I'd have probably been in trouble. So,
Lord.
November 3rd, 1993, Polly wants justice. The parent knew who the murderer was, but would anybody listen? Jane Gill was murdered in her mansion. Gary Rasp, her business partner and beneficiary of the large life insurance policy, is later arrested. However, the murder victim's African gray parrot kept repeating, "Richard, no, no, no,"
Yep.
which
I remember
led
that.
investigators to Richard Matten, a friend of the victim. However, the parrot's testimony was not allowed in court, and Rasp was eventually convicted. So Richard got off, and Rasp went to jail. So,
Oh my gosh. Hi, Ray. How you doing, sweetheart?
hey, Rain, welcome. So, well, okay.
I do remember that, and those African Greys do repeat everything they hear.
Well,
Yeah.
Chris says the statute of limitations has probably expired. So I could admit it was Purdue University. So Wendell wants to know, is that school still in business? Northern Virginia Community College, yes. And Wendell, as much as I will never admit this, my junior college was affiliated with Bama. So, go Vols. So don't tell Dizzle. 1957, on this day, a dog named Laika, is that right? Laika, aboard the Soviet Sputnik 2, becomes the first animal in space. Although she survived the launch and the orbiting, she died before the mission was complete. The goal of the mission was to see if an animal could survive being launched into orbit and live in a microgravity environment. There was no means to return her safely to Earth. Hold on a minute. Let me finish this story. It was planned that Laika would eventually run out of oxygen. The government initially reported that this had been the case, and she had been euthanized shortly before her oxygen ran out on day 6 of the mission. However, in 2002, the Soviet government revealed that she had actually died a few hours into the mission from overheating due to a malfunction of spacecraft.
Oh,
Telemetry data indicated she had completed several orbits of Earth before she died. She was a stray mongrel found on the streets of Moscow. Why
So-
would they do that?
they do things to our homeless people too, right? They just pick things up off the street and send them into space now.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my
I
god!
lived in Washington, D.C. when the homeless population started disappearing. I remember.
I'm telling you,
Uh,
beware, homeless
It says,
people.
you complain, hope is all good with you and yours. Well, besides for not having hot water. Yeah.
Yeah.
Rain says, basically, the parrot species live long lives associated with intelligence above many other animals. Has there ever
They
been a
sure
bird
do.
in space? Oh, so
I don't
that's
know.
sad. I hope they gave Laika a military funeral. So
Hey, that was
First
me.
TV showing of The Wizard of Oz was on this day in 1956. The 1939 classic Wizard of Oz becomes a TV tradition. It was the first Hollywood film uncut in prime time on a coast-to-coast television network. It was shown in color, although few households had color television sets at the time. The film was shown in a 2-hour time slot, but because it was only 101 minutes long, even with the commercials, it needed extra padding. The extra padding was accomplished by adding celebrity hosts for the 1956 show. The hosts include Bert Lair, who played the Cowardly Lion, and 10-year-old Liza Minnelli, daughter of Judy Garland, who played Dorothy. Now, is that a Christmas movie? Is that
No.
Well, why is it so popular this time of year?
Look, I dug into that movie. There is so much about it. And did you say that she was 10 years old when she played that part?
Well, I don't know. Well, 10-year-old Liza Minnelli, daughter of Judy Garland. So that's the daughter of Judy. So
She looks so much older than 10. She had to have
well,
been.
Judy was who played Dorothy, not Liza.
Oh. Okay.
And
I'm
now they had, wasn't it like 2 years ago they did another version of it, and it's now on streaming. I think Amazon maybe. But then I see there's another one coming out. So I don't understand. I need to look. I
don't know. They're not as good when they redo it. Like Snow White. Snow White, when they just redid it. No. Sorry. Fail. Epic fail.
Okay. Let me catch up here in the chat. Chris says, my blue front Amazon picked up so much foul language at the store he was bought from. He was in a private bird room, and the thugs would curse at him all the time like he was a sailor.
Yeah. I had I had a military macaw that was owned by a sailor. He had 2 of them and he had to separate them. And so I bought the military macaw. Boy, I'll tell you what, the mouth on that thing. My mother would have watched it.
Was it a cockatiel? The big white one with the, was that a cockatiel?
Cockatoo.
Rain says, Father Rehill speaks about the many homeless population disappearing around Halloween. And they started a group to help victims who were saved from the satanic rituals. Yep. Yeah, there was a large percentage of children who disappeared. So, yeah. Wendell says the first time he saw The Wizard of Oz, they did it live at the filming because he was 2. No. It was at a theater and it was in color. So I didn't know they had theaters back then, Wendell.
I think the only thing I ever seen live was Rocky Horror Picture Show, and I had to sneak out my window as a kid and go with my friends. That was a weird experience.
Okay. November 3rd, 1948, Dewey defeats Truman. The Chicago Tribune mistakenly publishes Dewey's victory before the results of the U.S. presidential race was in. Early voting and polls predicted that Dewey, I don't even know who the hell Dewey is, would win in a landslide over Harry S. Truman, but he won in an upset. So was that the media trying to, what do you think?
I don't know. That sounds familiar, though.
Yeah. Well, what you will get here is real news. You won't get fake news here. Well, you might, but this day in 1929, a Ripley Believe It or Not cartoon points out that America has no national anthem. The public outcry led to the adoption of the 1931 Francis Scott Key, The Star-Spangled Banner, sung to the tune of Old Drinking Song to Anacron in Heaven. Okay. Yeah, I knew that and then didn't Biden also, we didn't have, the eagle wasn't the official mascot or something, wasn't it? And he made the official mascot.
I don't know. It's
been
that way since I was little.
Yeah, but it wasn't legal.
Again, how old is he?
Yeah. Chris says Doom winning was fake news. Yeah, well, that's true. So
You are fake news.
USA, being a dry country, has been using without authorization a vulgar old English drinking song.
What?
That's what this cartoon. I guess this is a political cartoon, so I don't know. Your vote counts. Yes, everybody needs to go out and vote, especially in New York, in New Jersey, and Virginia.
Yeah.
November 3rd,
out there.
1992, a Randolph, New York man wins the election for town judge. No one ran for the position, so he wrote himself in and won by one vote. Now that's cool. I props to him. So, can you imagine when he got the phone call? Hey, by the way, you're.
I'm gonna go hang out in Congress, and when they have a position open, I'm just gonna put my name in there and say I won.
Tomorrow is election day here in Georgia, and in my district, I've got to vote for like the street commissioner and the farm commissioner. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to rush to the polls for that. So
they have a street commissioner and a farm.
Yeah, that's probably not the official title, but they make like $150,000, and I have no idea what the hell they do. So I need that job. Maybe I should go write mine on it. One of the movies I went to with my mom and stepdad was The Big Dollhouse, and Mom finally made me get in the floorboard so I would not see the screen. Okay. I don't know the history of that movie, so Big Dollhouse.
We know the history of Wendell.
It's complicated. So 1987, on this day, Mark Thompson Hubbard, a Canadian, is recorded snoring at 90 decibel. That's loud enough to cause hearing damage for 2.5 hours. Good Lord, that fella needs a CPAP. So
well, I'm
I
glad.
wonder if he's still alive.
Or a pillow. If he's married, he's not.
Yeah. So, Different Strokes debuted on NBC in 1978 today. It ran for 8 seasons. The story was about a wealthy Park Avenue businessman, Conrad Bain, and his daughter, Dana Plato, who taken 2 boys from Harlem, which was Gary Coleman and Todd Bridges. The series became known for its very special episode dealing with serious issues such as racism, drug use, alcoholism, and child sexual abuse.
Yep,
The Fact
I
of Life
remember
was
that.
created when their housekeeper, Charlotte Ray, was spun off into her own sitcom. Yeah, Dana Plato, she was hot. So, I mean, from a person my age. And Todd Bridges, I really didn't know much about him, but he was on Celebrity Big Brother. And I found he's actually not a bad dude. So, Rain says 8 seasons. What you talking about, Willis? It was a great show. Hey, on this day in 1973, NASA's Mariner 10 is launched. It will return the first close-up images of Venus. It was the first spacecraft to use the gravity of one planet, Venus, to reach another. Well, we're going to talk about that soon, too. And so 1973, we could take a picture of Venus, but 2025, NASA's silent about a comet. Just silent. They're not saying a thing. Yeah.
You know what? They play around. We have problems here. Quit playing around in space.
It's aliens.
Fix us.
Birthdays today. Charles Bronson. Do you remember him?
Yes, I do.
Claimed he was so poor growing up that at one time he had to wear his sister's dress to school for a lack of clothing. Now, that sounds like a Chris story. After enlisting in the United States Army Air Forces, he served as a Boeing B-29 Super Fortress aerial gunner and conducted combat missions against the Japanese home islands during World War II. He flew 25 missions and received a Purple Heart for wounds he received in a battle. Interesting. I didn't know that. He was in House of Wax, The Magnificent Seven, I remember that. The Great Escape, who could miss that? Dirty Dozen, and Once Upon a Time in the West. And then many people remember him from The Death Wish. So yeah, he was a good actor. So Rain says Venus, also known as the goddess of life and beauty in mythology.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got two statues of Venus that were gifted to me when my family member died. They're just on the shelf, so they're probably worth some money. They were bought overseas. I think they were stolen in France.
Like people on scooters. Scooter getaway.
Love. Okay. Venus, goddess of love and beauty in mythology. Chris says his real name was Charles Buczynski. That doesn't sound badass at all. I understand him changing it. Yeah.
Wow.
So. Elizabeth Smart was born on this day in 1987. God, I remember that year. American crime victim. In 2002, 14-year-old Elizabeth Smart was abducted at knife point from her bedroom in her family's home in Salt Lake City. Her kidnapper, Brian David Mitchell, and his wife held her captive for 9 months. She was rescued when her kidnappers were recognized from the TV show America's Most Wanted. During her activity, Smart went out in public on various occasions with her captors. She was unrecognized because they dressed her head to toe in white robes. Her kidnapper claimed to be a prophet of God who was sent to kill the Antichrist, and she was the first of his virgin brides. Wow. Her abduction has been the subject of numerous books and film. She is now a child safety activist and contributor for ABC News.
Yeah.
I remember this story. I didn't know she worked for ABC.
I didn't know her kidnapper was a loon. Kids, drugs are bad, okay?
Adam Ant. I remember him. It's his birthday. He was born in this day in 1952. Goody Two Shoes from 1982. And I'm going to message my music director, unless you're listening. Can I have Goody Two Shoes? Dennis Miller was born on this day in 1953. Roseanne Barr. Everybody loves Roseanne. American Emmy-winning actress, comedian. And she had her own show until they canceled her, and then she at one point in time got in trouble for screeching the national anthem, grabbing her crotch and spitting. I remember that.
Oh God.
She's had her moments, so
just a little bit. just
I am not going to read her tweet that she posted about Barack Obama. Wow.
Yeah, let's not.
So that's what. No. And that's not what she was. Well, that is what she was known for. Rain says that was such an amazing day when one person, a waitress, helped identify her. That's right. It just takes one person.
That's right.
And Wendell says, do you remember the movie with Linda Blair in a juvenile jail and assaulted by the other girls with a broom handle? What kind of movie was that?
Actually, I do remember something like that, but I don't remember what it was. Wendell.
What? Your
parents were strange with you. That's all I can say.
Larry Holmes was born on this day in 1949. He was an American heavyweight boxing champion. So Lulu was born.
Lulu.
She's a Scottish singer. She sang the title songs to the James Bond film You Only Live Twice and The Man with a Gun. I remember those songs. I like them. Yeah. I like the movies. They keep messing with Bond, though. Ken Berry, oh wow, from F Troop. He was born this day in 1933. Yeah, he played in F Troop, Mayberry RFD, and Mama's Family. I remember that.
Yeah.
So, Ken Berry, no relation, was born on this day in 1933 as well. An English Grammy-winning composer, 5-time Oscar winner. He composed the scores for 11 James Bond movies. I love those movies. I think they made another one today. Well, yeah.
I like the older ones.
The original Exorcist was not censored, Wendell says. Okay.
This is true.
I've never seen it. So, father of American poets, was born this day, William Cullen Bryant, in 1794, in case you remember that. Stephen Fuller Austin was born this day, an American pioneer. Brenda, he was the father of Texas. He established
was he
the first
really?
American settlement in Texas.
So should I call him Daddy?
He could. Maybe he just went on a rampage and killed everybody and said, "This is mine now." So
Yeah, this is mine. You know, he should just ran around and peed on everything. That's the way they're supposed to do it.
It's the American way. So
This is mine.
I'm not gonna. I don't think we're gonna be negative and cover deaths this day. I mean, there's some notable people, but I'd rather not remember it that way. So Sandra Locke, she died this day in 2018. Wow, it was a Clint Eastwood wife. Wow. So I met Clint Eastwood. He's a nice guy.
I've heard that.
He's got such soft, tiny hands. I swear. I shook his hand and I was like, "That's such soft, tiny hands."
Tiny hands. Oh my God.
Well, I mean, he was known for his Clint Eastwood. Oh God, what was the cop's name? The badass.
Bet you won't say that again, will you?
Yeah, that's right. God, what was it? Now it's gonna stump me. What the hell was his name? But yeah, growing up, those were the movies I saw, and of course, I met the 90-year-old Clint Eastwood. So,
well, okay.
So let's see. We'll go back in time a little bit. I'm not going to go to 644 because, well, I don't know. The 1534 English Parliament passes the Act of Supremacy, making Henry the 13th and all subsequent monarchs the head of the Church of England. See, there you go. It's a white person declaring this is the way it is. We're doing it. So.
They should have never went and done that stuff, but okay.
Chris says Stone Cold is the only Steve Austin I ever acknowledged.
That's right. That's my guy right there.
What the hell, Wendell?
Wendell's had too much coffee this morning. Calm down, Wendell. It's okay.
I'm not gonna. No. I might search it on Pornhub, but I'm not gonna.
Henry the Eighth, Rain says.
Oh. Oh yeah, that's not 10. Yeah, see, my bad. Math. That was never my strong part. That's why I became a paramedic. Well, there. Oh no, whatever. Sorry if I offended you, London. 1970 on this day, President Nixon promises to gradually remove troops from Vietnam.
Oh, liar.
There you go. I think, are we still there? So,
liar,
today in music, I Will Always Love You by Dolly Parton is released by Whitney Houston. She did a great rendition of that. Chris says, Wendell says, worse things than my parents. So. Today in sports, 1991, Ayrton Senna Australian Grand Prix in Adelaide is the shortest F1 race ever. It only ran 14 laps due to wet conditions. It was moist. Senna secures his third World Drivers' Championship by 24 points over Nigel Mansell. Did you know, Brenda, Times of India, the world's largest circulated English language daily broadsheet newspaper, is founded as the Bombay Times in Commerce in 1838.
I wasn't born yet, so no, I did not know this.
That's interesting. David Ho, happy 33rd. Let's see. Let's pull this up. Man, these people. Oh, there you go, Chris. Stephen F. Austin. He founded and helped colonize the state of Texas. That's his birthday. So there you go. It's even got a little picture of him there. So he's got a weird tie. We'll skip ahead to at least a time period Wendell might remember, the early 1900s. Yes, Dolly Ring says, yes, Dolly Parton Originally released "I Will Always Love You" as her ending song on a TV show. Yeah. I told you, Mom, during one incident in Virginia, sang as one of her backup singers, didn't I? In the Porter Wagner show.
I learn more about you every day because no, you did not ever tell me that.
Yeah, and I need to get in touch with her, trying to get her on the show. So, but she's
Who,
been
your mom?
no, I would not be inviting my mom on my show. No, especially with the chat. Oh, God, I need to block everybody. No, Dolly. I've reached out to some people, but she's been kind of sick, and she's ignored me because I'm a nobody. So, Dolly, if you're listening, please come on. It's Michael Dukakis's 92nd birthday. He was the governor of Massachusetts and Democrat presidential nominee. He was born in Mass. Okay, well, good for him. I'm just gonna be nice. I hope that. Well, no, I'm just gonna be nice. I ain't gonna say it. So, Gerd Mueller, a German soccer striker. He was born on this day in 1945. Okay. Ken Holtzman, American baseball pitcher for the Cubs. He was born on this day in 1945. Let's see. Tommy D from Johnny, Fred, and his Playboys was born this day. Don't know him. Huge Hugh Moffat, an American country music singer, just in case. Anna Wintour, she's 76, American magazine editor-in-chief of Vogue. He was born in London. Larry Holmes is 76. We talked about that. Let's see. Who else do we got here? I don't know that Roseanne. She's 73. Wow. She's old.
Wow.
She's old. I shouldn't say that because we were in talks with her agent at one point in time to come on. So
70 is the new 50.
Yeah, but Hollywood's got all that stuff, so they can get better. So they got stuff. They drink like the Fountain of Youth or something. I don't know. So
yeah.
Colin Kaepernick. He's still trying to get it. Hey, the Commanders need a quarterback. He's 38 today. So, yeah. No,
is he getting a little too old to be putting football?
He wasn't very good when he was there. Kendall, Kendall Jenner. She is 30 today. Happy birthday, Kendall. That's it. So, all right. Well, we'll keep moving along. What else do we have here? Today in history, 1926. Annie Oakley died on this day in Greenville, Ohio at 66. She was the American marksman who performed in the Buffalo Bills Wild West show. So,
Jesus.
That dog didn't have much room in its little thing. So, I think maybe it died because it didn't have water. Just saying. Possibly. And then they forgot to put in an air conditioner. That might be an important thing if you're going in space. Air conditioning. I guess we know now, huh? So.
Yeah. At the expense of a puppy dog.
Hollywood's got it. Look at the Kardashian mom and Kris Jenner. She looks great. So they all do. You got all that fake stuff. It's National Sandwich Day, Brenda. What's your favorite sandwich?
Roast beef.
Okay. I can go for an Italian, but I guess my all-time favorite would be club. So today is All Saints Day in Colombia. Happy All Saints Day. Cliche Day. Color the World Orange Day. Well, my favorite color there. Culture Day in Japan. Dominican Independence Day. It's Give Someone $1 Day. Why would you give somebody $1? Just walk up to somebody and go, here, it's for you.
To be nice.
In Atlanta, you'd get mugged.
Probably. They'd be like, I know you got more.
That's right. You were going to be nice to more than me. Give it up. It's Jellyfish Day. Job Action Day. Marlboro. Am I pronouncing that right? Marlboro Anniversary Day. Happy anniversary. National Accessory Day. National Homemaker Day. National Housewife Day. And have we even canceled that yet? Recreation Day in Tasmania. Separation Day. Yeah. Smart Home Day. No, you don't want smart homes. Traffic Directors Day. Traffic directors have their own day, Brenda.
Traffic directors have their own day?
Apparently. Who knew?
I don't know.
I did not know that, but
You
I
know
hope
that
they have a
every
happy day.
morning when Jack gets up and he puts his books on his TV, right, and he starts reading, he'll run in here and say, "You're never going to guess what day it is today. It is national," and he'll tell me what it is that day, and I just laugh because it's true. Apparently, because you bring it up too.
That's right. You should stump him and go, no, it's also.
Yeah, I did that already that one day. National, you don't have to wear bra day.
Oh, whoa. So I didn't get any pictures, but at any rate, it's National Broadcast Traffic Professionals Day. Wow, that's a mouthful for the traffic reporter. It's National Traffic Reporter Day. Unless it's on a weekend, and then it's on a Monday, which it fell on a weekend because it's November 2nd. So they move it to the.
Do those people work for FEMA?
I don't know. National Sandwich Day. I'm gonna want a sandwich when we get done.
You know what? I changed my answer. Peanut butter and jelly. That is the all-around sandwich.
Well, that's true.
Yes.
Hal Jackson was born on this day, 1915 to 2012. He was a radio host who broke barriers for future black radios and disc jockey. Yeah, I remember that. Let's see. We talked about all those people, didn't we? Gary Ross, the producer of Seabiscuit. Okay. Yeah.
Seabiscuit.
Jeanette Epps, an aerospace engineer for NASA. So, but she's been hiding for the past few months. So,
yes, Raina, I think that is true. Marlboro, the cigarette, National Marlboro Cigarette Day.
I read somewhere, and it wasn't in America, but if you were born after 2007, you'll no longer be allowed to buy cigarettes. I don't think it's America. I'd have to go back and look up. Yeah, that wouldn't happen in America, especially Virginia. They hand them out at childbirth. Go here.
I don't smoke cigarettes anymore, but I swore up and down when I came out, I had one in my mouth. I'm just saying.
I did for a while. So on and on. Fire Academy changed that. So. You can't. Well, we did have a guy in class who would light up his Marlboro while we jogged.
Oh, yeah, oh God. You didn't go very far, did you?
Yeah. Seabiscuit was the Triple Cup winner for horse racing.
Yes.
It is the 307th day of 2025 and the 43rd day of autumn, and we're still in the 80s in Atlanta. So,
yeah. Oh.
1964, residents of Washington, D.C. were eligible to vote in the presidential elections for the first time since the city was established in 1800. That's still a fight. In D.C., they want statehood. That's still a fight. It's been all my life I've heard that. So, but the Constitution forbids it. So just get over it. So,
yeah. You know, it got to like 53 last night. And it's 79 today.
Well, it gets cold at night. That's the bad thing about the South. Is at night you got to put on a sweatshirt, and then during the day you got to wear a t-shirt. So yeah. Today's fact: so he didn't receive a single electoral vote. Third-party candidate Ross Perot won 18.9% of the popular vote in 1992.
I remember him.
Yeah, I do too. So he was a oil man or something. He was a millionaire. Well, they all are. So if they're not, they soon are after getting up there. Yeah, here's the thing. They give out $1 million bills in DC. Today in sports, Chris will remember this. In 2016, the Cubs ended the longest championship drought in Major League Baseball history, 108 years, defeating the Cleveland Indians in Game 7 of the World Series. Man, and that World Series was nuts. I watched the highlights. But I will say I was probably pulling more for the Dodgers, but even though that, no, anyway. But it kept you on the edge of your seat. It really did. So those two teams deserved to compete against each other. Basically, the only thing that broke it was luck. So, and apparently, the Dodgers have luck. So
in the 90s, I was still one of those kids that went to the Angel baseball games, and my family was big in baseball, and the Dodgers were still in LA. Yep, I remember.
We used to go to the Braves game when they were downtown. Yeah, I took all the kids there many times. It was a fun afternoon. I mean, you had to drive through a bad area of town and not get shot to get to the game. But
if you made it, you got a hot dog.
That's right. So yeah, and I have success. I took my granddaughter to a what is the team name? Burlington. Lake Monsters in Vermont. I took her to her first baseball game, so I'm gonna take Squirt and the other one to a game one day if I live that long. So
if he stops feeding you colored rocks and trying to kill you before the show, you might.
Yeah. He handed me an eyeball the other night, some piece of candy, and said, "Here." I'm like, "No, I'm never eating anything you ever offer me again." They's quote, "Those who want things always to stay the same are not living in the real world." That's true. Living in the past. You can think about it. So today's lucky number 162. I don't think that's a lucky number because the dog died. So I don't think that's a lucky number today. So anybody that plays the lottery, let me know if 162 come up. So Turner Field, Chris. Turner Field. Fulton Stadium was long gone before I got there, and now the new stadium I've not been to. So let's see what else. What other trouble can we get into today? The Old Farmer's Almanac. Well, today is 307 of 2025. We talked about that. 48 days until winter begins. Wendell's leaving us. I'm sorry, Wendell. We'll miss you. So
bye, Wendell. Have a nice day.
48 days until winter begins. That's we'll talk about that. So somebody asked the question of the day: how long can I keep leftover turkey and stuffing in my refrigerator? What do you think, Brenda? A week?
Well, I don't even and me, I only keep it up to like 3 days, maybe 4. I don't like to leave things in meat, especially meat.
Well, the correct answer is you should keep stuffing and gravy for only 1 or 2 days. Turkey should be fine for 3 to 4.
Yep.
If you freeze cooked turkey, it should be kept for about 4 months. Yeah, get a small turkey.
Yeah, the only problem.
Invite a fat guy like me over.
Well, the only problem, if you freeze already cooked turkey and you take it out and try to recook it, then it's dry. Yes.
Yeah, dry, yeah.
I don't freeze
3 days. Yeah, I agree, Rain. Yeah.
I throw it away. The trash can enjoys it. Feed it to dogs. No.
Yeah, you can't. Well, I don't. Can you give turkey to the dogs?
Yes.
Leeway. That's the word of the day. It's the lateral movement of a ship to the leeward of her course. Drift. Okay. All right. I don't know what the hell that means, but whatever. It's the best day to cut hay, destroy pests. Well, we were taking the plants outside because, well, we were supposed to have contractors come and fix the windows from 3 years ago. And it's what time? It's 3:00 in Atlanta, and they haven't showed up yet. So,
are you using the same contractors you did?
We are still fighting the contract because yes, they're under contract to come fix this shit. So,
but, my God,
yeah, they were supposed to show up today, so we moved all the plants outside, and somehow, in 2 of Paige's plants, there is an ant colony. We don't know where that came from. And then one of the tropical trees, she was removing it to take it outside, and there was a chameleon on it. She's like, "What do I do with this?" I'm like, "Put it outside."
Leave the chameleon alone. The chameleon will eat those ants.
Yeah, maybe. And well, that's what I told her. I said, "It's just nature's way, And then the next thing you get is snakes to eat. So no.
Oh no, yeah, you don't want snakes.
According to the Old Farmer's Almanac, not only is it full moon Beaver Day coming, but the second summer, November 11th, is coming. So November 4th is Will Rogers Day. It's also Election Day. Why does Will Rogers have a day?
I
He
don't
was a
know.
great American humorist. I am not going to try and pronounce that one, Chris. He was born in what would become Oklahoma. So he was part Cherokee, was taught by a former slave how to use a lasso as a tool to work Texas Longhorn cattle. He became a rope tricking cowboy, an all around entertainer. Okay, well, good for him. So we'll probably talk about him on the 5th. So I love how this is updated 24, 25, 26, 27, 28.
God.
They keep up with their news there at the Old Farmer's Almanac. Let's see. Yeah, best day calendar. Well, today. Bake. Today's the best day to bake. Cut your firewood. Go dig your holes. Kill plant pests, and mow to increase growth. We might make it to the FEMA.
How do you put a good day to bake and go mow your grass in the same damn day?
I don't know. Old Farmer's Almanac, not me. So some breaking news as we were coming on: flight delays and ground stop surges amid the staffing crisis. If you're in the United States, you'll know our government went home like 2 months ago, and they're not coming back.
I guess it's time for us to learn how to govern ourselves. Maybe, let's just all go to Congress.
Air traffic controllers working without pay. People are calling in sick. How do you call in sick if you're not getting paid? I'd just be like, you won't see me today.
I think let's all go to the state building. Chris, you can be the head speaker, and we'll just govern ourselves.
Chris says, you can't cut out after talking about a woman using a cross and not have me think you're doing something suspicious. Just saying, Wendell.
I know, right?
I pulled up the misery map, and this comes from FlightAware. This is for the U.S. only, and it shows us that New York City is suffering the highest misery right now, followed by, what is that, ORD? What is ORD? That's the one out of Illinois, whatever. So, what the hell is ORD? Who is ORD? Hold on, I gotta hit this button because I don't know. I want to sound like a flight professional. I guess it's O'Hare. So O'Hare is ORD. So O'Hare and New York are the most miserable people flying right now. So
wow.
Dallas, Denver, Atlanta. Well, yeah, they have the misery map. So on time is green, red is, well, misery. You're suffering. Dallas, well, you're suffering a lot. So all right, well, there you go. So yeah, that's the thing. So the injury update: Jaden Daniels, if you follow NFL football and here in the United States and you saw the Washington Commanders last night, he in a game. All right, so this will be my commentary before we get to the news. Why in the hell was he in the game? We were down by 30 points. He's our star quarterback. He's injury prone. He's trying to get back from a previous injury. Why is he still in there? Well, he took a gruesome, really wasn't a shot. It was just the tackle. He came down and dislocated his elbow. And if you go online and look at it, his hand and fingers pointing one way, his elbow damn near popped out of its skin pointing the other way as he was being tackled.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was a gruesome injury. And so then we had to bring in the backup quarterback who probably should have been in about 30 freaking points ago. So,
you know what? If I was him, I would just retire. Call it a day.
Well, we'll kind of touch on that in a minute. So we're 3-6. I say we're the Commanders, and so we've got a backup quarterback, and well, the trade market's open, and I don't know. I heard that Russell Wilson was on the block, so who knows? So our season's over, and coach probably should be fired. But the injury came back that the MRI is going to have to be done, but the x-rays were negative for anything broken. So the MRI is going to determine how long he will be out. But I'm going to just say he's going to be out the rest of the season. So as well as he should be. And I should have brought up, there is actually somebody made a GPS map of the Commander Stadium, and it pinpoints the exact locations that are cursed, because if you know anything about Commander's history, you have Alex Smith. He suffered a career-ending broken leg. So did Joe Theismann. Or if you are in DC and you know him, Theismann. And, of course, RG3, he was a great quarterback, and, well, the freaking coach put him in. So, and speaking of RG3, Jaden Daniels' mom, well, she posted a message before on X before it was released from the Commanders that he was going to be out for a while. Of course, we've all talked about it. Dan Quinn, the coach, why would you put your star quarterback in for that? There was no chance of coming back from that. So, let's see. The team even was wondering why he was in. Some teammates were quoted as saying it was gut wrenching. So
I think they need to just build a new field.
What's that?
They just need to build a new field.
Well,
that's away from the curse zone.
Well, Joe Theismann was actually injured at RFK Stadium, which is what we're building a new stadium for right now. So we'll be back there, I think, in 27, 28, I think. So, but Daniels, if you know anything about him, he was a Heisman Trophy winner from LSU. He's had multiple injuries since coming to DC. We're cursed. He missed 2 games earlier this year with a knee injury, and then later he had a hamstring injury. So he wasn't 100%. So now he's going to be out for the rest of the season. And a lot of us fans are comparing it to Robert Griffin III, RG3, who suffered a career altering. It wasn't career altering. It was really career ending. He was never the same with the Washington. So, but weeks ago, his mom posted on X that she wanted to make it clear to stop comparing her son to RG3. She didn't want that mojo on her son. So, and then of course he was injured as well. And I did go. I follow. Well, Chris, I'll talk about that. I follow RG3, and I went to his X because I really was. It was pretty gruesome as a medic, and he posted a video where he tried to come out and say something about it, and he's like, I can't, and he stopped the video. He later did come out and talk about it, and he, like most fans, said, why in the absolute hell are we in there? Was he in there? So, and, yes, there was the famous Gus Frerotte incident. He was a quarterback for the Washington Redskins, and he had some promise. And then he went and headbutted a cement wall and was out with concussion protocol and was never the same after that.
Oh, God. Why would you do that to yourself? Like, that looks fun.
At least he was wearing a helmet, I guess. Gus. Yeah. So, breaking news before we came on, the Trump administration agrees to partially fund SNAP despite the shutdown. Many people are saying it's because of the lawsuits, but technically there was 2 problems with that. They couldn't just have a judge say, here, take this money from here and put it here. That's not how our government works, and the president doesn't control the purse strings to that. So it really had nothing to do with the courts. And then the other problem with the court system, a lot of the attorneys for the federal side aren't showing up for work because they're not getting paid. So,
you know.
But somehow, some way, we're going to fund part of it. Now, some states are partially funding it, and others were waiting on the U.S. government, who was ordered by 2 judges to continue the payment despite the shutdown, even though that's not how it works. And judges don't really have shit to do with our Constitution other than the Supreme Court does, if you know. But federal courts, that should all be handled upstairs. But I'm not an expert or a scientist. Some will tell you they are, but I'm not. So, but yeah, so two judges ordered them. That's not why they're doing it. So, Trump was even out there ahead of this, saying that he wanted to pay it, but that he couldn't. He was being held up by other people. So we'll get to that. So, and then it was revealed how many people are illegals here in the U.S. that come up on food stamps.
Well, there was a lot.
Well, apparently, the Agriculture Secretary, Brooke Rollins, said yesterday that they told every state to send out their data for SNAP to make sure that no illegal immigrants were getting benefits. And 29 states did, and 21 blue states, I don't know, that's Democrat, right?
Yeah.
Refused. Yeah. And 2 sued them just for asking.
Oh, Jesus.
Why ask that, Willis? What the hell? Why are you hiding it, blue states? Just release it. It's the American people's money. We would like to know. But apparently there's several million people that are on welfare that shouldn't be, because, well, as we say in the South, they ain't from around here. So
yeah.
So Randall, hold on, let me bring it up. It blanked out. Randall Stewart said, wait and see what happens now. People will start robbing people for their food. Stores will be robbed and stores will lose money over the sales and theft. Oh, that's already happening. Hashtag on X food riot.
Mm-hmm.
And there is pictures where families will bring all of their family, including their little 2-year-old, and they will have them all run for the door with food. Now, I probably, if they were stealing because they were starving to death, but when you're 310 pounds with 8 kids and you're teaching them to steal, and they're stealing stupid shit like bags of Fritos and my Mountain Dew, which, by the way, I haven't had one in over a week. So if it steals steak, steal pork, steal poultry, steal stuff you can prepare, if you're going to at least do it.
We're not telling you to go out and do this.
No. I'm not a political scientist or a lawyer or an expert. I'm just a guy, a fat guy in Atlanta that has a big mouth.
I want steak.
I do like steak, but I mean, I could have a little bit more tug on my heartstring if that was the case. But when you see these people on TikTok and X doing this just because they think they should, that like it's their right, that's what pisses me off. And
they're stealing junk food.
Exactly. Like I said, if they were stealing fruit, vegetables, I could probably have a little bit better. But when you're running out of there with your Coca-Cola and your Doritos and your Budweiser, how about go fuck off? How about that? Go to jail. I'm sorry. Maybe that's wrong, but I'm sorry. America, we don't want people to have handouts. We want everybody to prosper, but damn, if you're going to be a thief, at least steal some good shit, And then what the hell does this have to do with, you see them in LA, they're breaking into like stores and stealing shit so they can seal it. So, like Louis Vuitton, TVs, PlayStation, game places. Hello, Andreas. Welcome. I don't know. Don't cancel me. I just don't think it's right. So over the weekend, well, the FBI plotted. They stopped a plot that was supposed to be, now they're saying, a Paris-style attack on bars and nightclubs. And they have videos of them doing target practice. Apparently, there's more than one. 2 Michigan men, they were planning to go into bars and unleash terror on Halloween night. And so apparently they called it codename Pumpkin. Yeah, if they were from the South, it'd be pumpkin. So
Look at Andreas says, if they have the energy to steal, then they have the energy to work. You are absolutely correct.
That one on X said, just all of you run, Forrest, run. What have we come to as a country? So, but luckily we stopped this plot before it happened with these two criminals. I won't say their names because, well,
now,
they're worthy.
What is the purpose of that? Tell me what the purpose is. Just to have a plot to take out bars and clubs.
All right. At the off chance of sounding perhaps a little jaded, I'll read one sentence. But before Ali and Muhammad could execute their alleged terror scheme, authorities raided their homes in storage units where they recovered weapons.
Oh my God.
And ammunition.
Wait a minute. And they were living in the
and they were going to do this live. Yes. And there was two other unnamed co-conspirators. I'm just going to leave that. That is a quote that is coming to us. Hold on. So that is from New York Post. And that is not me. Don't add Sportcat for me on that one. But
where do you go to the bathroom when you live in a storage unit?
I don't know. Apparently over the weekend, we did another strike. We're calling it a kinetic energy strike. What that really means is we bombed the shit out of it and it sank.
So glad you shortened that for me.
Hey, I'll just put it in simple terms. We just blew the shit up, it sank. So we carried out another deadly strike in the Caribbean. The Secretary of War. I like saying sec def better than like saying sec war. Just it rhymed better. But anyhow, he released the information and he said, we will treat them exactly how we treated Al Qaeda. So, yeah. So, yeah, 3 people no longer exist because of doing that. So it's the 15th in the U.S. So, and yeah, well, 64 people now have been KIA. Oh, well, stop running drugs. What did they say? Drugs are bad for you? Well, when a drone finds you, it's even worse for you. So, I find it interesting. This comes to us from Zero Hedge. And if you've been listening to this show, I've never come out and said this, but you could have taken this from some of the things I've said, because the U.S. is now expanding a program where we have blimps that are out over the Caribbean. And if you follow this show, you might have heard us talking about things that are up in the 80s and 90s of altitude. And, well, could be a blimp. So
I see history repeating itself.
So if you see a blimp flying overhead on a nice sunlit day where you're, maybe out for a casual fishing stroll, taking your 15 kilos of cocaine, you might want to just go ahead and grab your life vest and jump overboard. So there's a good chance that there's going to be a drone coming soon. So there's now, we're using blimps so we can do surveillance overhead, high overhead. We've talked about that. If you want to read the whole article, go to Zero Hedge. But basically, if it's up in the air at 90,000 feet and it's listening to everything, it knows everything. And I heard today that if you texted in a foreign language, that it really brought up your strike potential. So maybe they should learn to speak Latin or something. I don't know. Something that the blimp would. I don't know. Yeah.
It's killing me.
You're supposed to keep me out of trouble, so.
You're killing me, Smalls. You're killing me.
According to the Sri Lanka Guardian today, they have the plan for how we're going to strike Venezuela, and we're going to dominate Caribbean bases. What does it sound like? We're going to go in, we're going to plant our flag. This shit is ours.
We're going to go in there and pee on everything. This is mine. This is mine. This is mine. Yeah.
Yeah. There's a large naval buildup, and I heard that there's more coming. So when the Gerald Ford got there, I thought, okay, that's pretty bad. But we have about a dozen vessels offshore that are capable of launching like missiles and shit. So, if you're the leader of Venezuela, you should have left. You should have left yesterday. So,
or just
we have finally stepped up the war on drugs here in the United States. We started this under Reagan, and apparently we forgot about it. And we've never won this war. Well, by God, we are now, because we're blowing shit up. So we need Miami Vice, the TV show, to come back. It would be a perfect time.
Can we all
Apparently,
just get along?
I didn't know this, but there was a naval base in Puerto Rico that, we hadn't used, and now they've reactivated. They've went in, they've started clearing the roads, paving the roads, making all the runway repairs. So,
All
Venezuela,
right.
here's your sign. It's on the island of Puerto Rico and St. Croix, where we have now started building up 13 warships and a nuclear sub. And you had me at warship, but then you add nuclear sub, and
you're all excited.
Add that, you got an aircraft carrier with a complete strike group. And you got 10,000 pissed off Marines because they're in Puerto Rico. They're sweating their balls off, running around, doing nothing. They want to blow some shit up.
And they're not getting paid.
That's right. And they're not getting paid. So, yeah. And then there's the mysterious ship that the Navy has that doesn't exist. Have you heard about that one, Brenda?
No, I have not. We have a ship that doesn't exist.
It doesn't exist. Yeah. Let me see. Somewhere in the article here. I think it's MV Ocean Trainer. Is that right? MV Ocean. Hold on. I got to find this to make sure I'm saying it right. But anyhow, it doesn't exist. But apparently what it does, MV Ocean Trader, apparently what this is it's the U.S. Special Forces. So it's a ship that basically the SEALs hang out on.
Okay. I get it.
It's in the area, but now it's disappeared.
I get
Here's
it.
your sign. Here's your sign. One of these days we'll have breaking news. And then Trump is saying we're going to send troops into Mexico to target drug cartels. Trump administration is planning to send American troops and intelligence officers, that's a contradiction in terms, military intelligence, to Mexico to target and combat drug cartels. Okay, so President Trump's taking this shit serious, and he should. He really should. So, but apparently we're now going to be operating inside Mexico's border. And we told them, hey, we're coming. Their president's not happy about it, at least publicly. Privately, some sources have said she was like, go ahead.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I thought she had said.
Well, she can't, because then they would probably put a hit on her. So she's got to probably say it's bad. No, don't come. It's bad. Here's the key.
Yeah.
Say
I don't come. Trump says we're coming.
Yeah. Well, the State Department has designated 6 Mexican drug cartels as terrorists: MS-13, Tren de la Agua, and several terrorist organizations. And the U.S. spy agencies are already in there, and well, they're not going to be prepared for what the U.S. brings. They should just stop.
Right.
Stop. It's not healthy for them. And yes, Trump is doing, this is what we elected him to do. It was an overwhelming mandate by the American people to go in and do it. And then, well, Nigeria, heads up.
Oh, God.
Donald Trump. Sky News is reporting this. Donald Trump warns Nigeria that U.S. troops and airstrikes could be used to prevent the killing of Christians. And he's hinted at a military intervention. And he wants to target Islamist insurgents. He put the Secretary of War on a mission. Hey, while you're bombing on the left, bomb to the right. Or is it bomb to the right? Bomb, whatever. So, yeah. We put them on warning. So.
He did.
But apparently the president of Nigeria is welcoming it, unlike Mexico. The guy in Nigeria is like, yeah, come in the front door, whereas Mexico, we got to go in the back door. So Nigeria has responded to the threats of U.S. military action by suggesting it would welcome help tackling Islamist insurgents, but insisted on Sunday that America must respect its sovereignty. Yeah, we're pretty good about not doing that. So we're pretty good about not doing that. So all right, so let's get into the 3-eye atlas. Man, I see why the last 15 minutes. That's when we try and rush things. We're just going to keep on the news until we finish. Elon Musk, for some reason, decided to publicly come out and say, I will never commit suicide.
Uh-oh. Oh, what's going on, Elon?
Okay.
You okay? Hi.
He is weighing in on the evidence of aliens with 3-eye atlas. If you're just now joining us, you might know that it's a Manhattan-sized object. We'll leave it at that. And, well, it's come from outer space that we've never been to. So that's why it's the third 3-eye. And apparently we're not advanced enough as humans to catch it on telescopes. Yeah. So in a Harvard professor, Avi Loeb, has made headlines saying that it might be an alien spaceship. Well, you got to point out several things. Its size, big as Manhattan. It's made out of nickel. So that's interesting. And it's not dragging a vapor trail, which we've talked about. It had the unicorn head, and then it had the other one.
Yeah.
Well, now Elon is coming out and saying, yeah, we're going to be invaded by aliens. He says it's made of really heavy metal. So he said, but he does say that a spacecraft, now this is for human intelligence now, it probably wouldn't be a good idea to make a spaceship out of nickel. So, and he has made 1 or 2 spaceships, so he might know.
Yeah. That is kind of his area.
Yeah. But so if you followed it, well, it's hiding behind the sun, which is interesting now because it can spy on us perfectly while, of course, we obviously haven't been able to look at it at all. Yeah. But over the weekend, it's done some things that have, well, perplexed people. And now they're saying that it may not be nickel. It may be antimatter. And that the tail is now zigzag and comes in bursts, which is signs of a propellant, i.e. an engine. And so that it's a turbine causing it to come out in a spiral shape, and coming in bursts is an engine. Now, this is not me. I'm just saying what these Harvard.
I just have so many questions.
Just a guy in Georgia. Now it
okay,
could be made out of antimatter. So
we can't see it behind the sun, but they know what the damn thing is made of.
Exactly.
Who is up there testing it?
So now I did listen to a astrophysicist before I came on today to get some more info. And apparently this thing has flown straight. And as it's flown straight, it's coming at a flat angle into our solar system. But it's coming at an angle so that it will be closest without hitting any of the planets coming into our solar system, so it could get a good view. Remember, this thing turned on a headlight when it went by Mars. I don't know if it fucking honked or not, but it turned on its headlights, flashed them. You turn your high beams off Mars. So but now it has turned, and by this was an astrophysicist. He said something the size and weight of the island of Manhattan, just to push it off course in today's aeronautical space, whatever science, it would take 15 nuclear powered rockets to push it for just 1 day off of that much course.
I call bullshit.
Yeah. All right. And here's where it gets even stranger. We know it changed colors. Hey, Zenray Q, welcome. We know it's changed colors. It should be burning red. It really should be burning red because it's proximity to the sun. And if it's a dirty snowball, it should be, hey, our views are going up. Or the dirty snowball should be melting if, but it's not. Instead, it is turned blue. Now, I won't say I'm a fire science scientist, even though I do have a degree in fire sciences. I'm not a scientist. So I went and looked this up. The color blue, as far as burning and temperature, means that it's actually hotter than the sun.
Yeah.
Just let that sink in.
Well.
So it didn't melt, and now it's hotter than the sun.
Well, look, I'm a dumbass, and I say it's being flown by Mickey Mouse. Okay.
No, it's just a rock.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's a rock.
Yeah,
that has headlights and knows how to use them.
Yeah, it turns it and changes its course. So,
yeah,
it's just a rock. Yeah.
Dodges planets. That is the smartest rock. We do not want it to come here. It will be more intelligent than people, and an intelligent rock cannot happen.
I don't get that. So it's just a rock. No. I am not a scientist in any way. I have no idea what it is, but it sounds like with our government going totally silent on it, usually NASA is going to be out there. Other space agencies, but I'm using NASA because that's ours, out there way ahead of it saying, oh, it's just a comment. It's no harm to us. They put up press releases. They says shit. They turned their public telescope off conveniently at the times where it could have gotten a picture. That was because of the shutdown, but somebody flipped that fucking switch back on when it was past the telescope's view. That dumbass should be fired. He doesn't need to not get paid. He needs to be fired. He turned the telescope off at the wrong time. It's just kind of like that E. Stein guy where there's a minute of video missing. Oh, that's normal, according to Pam Bondi. Our cameras reset all the time when we lose an hour in a high target prison. Yeah. Did I get on a rant there? So
you did. Calm down. Your blood pressure is going up.
Even if you want to just say it's a U.S. thing, that we're the ones fucking this up, which we're pretty good at fucking shit up. Two things we're good at: fucking shit up and blowing shit up. So even if you say it's just an American thing, all the other space agencies in the world are nothing to see here. Don't worry about it. So if it continues to burn blue, according to the most recent astrophysicist that I watched today, even from planet Earth, we should be able to see it because it's going to be so bright, because it will be brighter than our sun.
Wow.
Nothing to see here. Randall says, I would love to come on your show. You guys are right on target. Well, thank you, Randall. We can make it happen. We do put out some crazy shit. Let's see. We actually need another hour, to be honest with you, but there's just not enough today. The New York Post today. Well, you remember last week we talked about the monkeys, the monkeys that they shot, the deputies shot. The aggressive monkeys that had the herpa virus.
Herpa virus. Yeah, herpa
Mississippi mom shot one dead. One of the aggressive monkeys that escaped from the truck wreck. She shot it to protect her young children. Yeah, so she said they had been on high alert. They sent out a special alert for this. You know, like that thing. They sent out a special alert because there's monkeys on the loose. Can you imagine being at work and not watching, knowing anything about the news, and seeing breaking EAS activation? Watch out for monkeys. Fuck! I thought we were looking out for aliens. Jesus.
Yeah.
So the entire sheriff's department was on this case, and they shot all but 3 of them. Well, Jessica Ferguson, well, she bagged one in her yard. She was afraid that it was going to injure her children. Ironically, her children were 16.
Still,
they were going, hey, Bob, think you can shoot that? 35-year-old mother of 5 whose children range from 4 to 16. She jumped out of bed, grabbed her gun and the phone, and, well, it was about 60 feet from her home. She spotted the monkey, and she decided to take monkey business into her own hands. And, well, hold on, I gotta have a sound effect for this. This is too good not to have a sound effect for. Hold on. So while she jumped out of her bed. This could be a Christmas thing. Jumped out of the bed to see what was the matter, and all of a sudden I heard, and then
Oh my God. And the hepaherbid monkey was dead.
she was trying to protect her children from the evil monkey, and, well, then so she said, I shot it. It just stood there and looked at her. He backed up. I shot again. And, well, that's when the monkey was.
And PETA, it's okay.
He was no longer with us. So. And she called the sheriff and said, hey, how do you call the sheriff and go, hey, there's been an incident at my house?
You just call him and say, hey, I caught one of your wild monkeys. It's dead now.
I don't underthink. I don't think that's a normal 911 call. Randall, according to the news article, there are still 2 that are on the loose.
Oh,
So,
boy.
and,
Yeah, watch out for
the deputies with gloved hands removing the monkey victim. So the monkey was no longer with us. So we have 2 on the loose still. So if you live
I thought
in,
they said there was only 1 that was on the loose, and then they
it's
came
the
up with
government.
3. And
Come on, it's the government. Trust us. We're from the
Do
government.
those-
We're here
do
to
they
help.
not know how to count? Is that the problem?
No. It's the trust us. We're here from the government. We're not going to hurt you. Hold on, my sound effect thing.
We're here to help.
There we go. We're from the government. We're here to help you. You need us to blow some shit up? We're good at that. But we can't count. So there's still 2 monkeys.
But we can shoot monkeys.
I need somebody to operate a soundboard so I can have so much more fun with this. Yeah, so the government came. There's only 3 out. Now, do we have a monkey task force on this?
You know, we might. And they're not getting paid either.
The monkey task force.
Monkey task force.
What world do I live in?
I don't know. You know what?
We got
None of
aliens
us
coming
know.
and rabid monkeys. So,
Yeah. Rocks falling from the sky and rabid monkeys.
but one thing our government did do right, from President Trump being elected, we have prevented 6,525 known suspected terrorists from entering the U.S. So,
Well, all right.
so we've got that, but there's still 2 monkeys in Mississippi. So
Well, they might have separated. They might not all have went to the same place. You know, one monkey went to this state.
We're on a record for the government shutdown. I haven't looked to see. Well, if we get to the news today, we might talk about that. See if they took a vote. But we're on the way to a record. And President Trump said he would not be extorted by a kamikaze pilot. He apparently is referencing Chuck Schumer.
Yeah.
Be extorted by him. So we're holding out because we want a clean bill. And then even we admit that there is a problem with insurance and that we need to help. But the Democrats can't admit that Obamacare is too expensive. We tried to tell them, but they just didn't want to listen. So now they want more money for a failed project and some other shit. So this comes to us from Twitchy. The headline is Hot Damn. Speaker Mike Johnson just dog walked Obamacare and every single Democrat in America. Mike Johnson has had enough of the lies BS Democrats have been pushing, so they're not being held accountable for the Schumer shutdown. So you can watch Mike Johnson go off. You can go over to X and look at it. But he says it's their policies that made that happen. Instead of reforming it, they don't reform Obamacare. They want to subsidize it. They want to spend more money. And he says that, by the way, goes mostly to insurance companies, which makes the cost rise further. When they passed Obamacare in 2010, they called it Affordable Health Care Act. Well, it is the exact opposite. Premiums, if you have affordable health care, have went up by 60% since the introduction of this. And Republicans are the ones here fighting to save health care. Well, because we want to help people. So, but the shutdown being about total health care is a total fabrication, according to Mike Johnson. And this comes to us from PJ Media. The White House just pulled off an epic trolling masterpiece on the Democrats. Well, we've been at it for a month now. And, well, I almost need split screen for this. They have, he created a MySpace page and attached it to the White House.
What?
About me, the bio. Hey, we're Democrats in the House and Senate. We love DEI, transgender for everyone, and handing out taxpayer benefits to illegal immigrants. We couldn't care less if our men and women in uniform get paid and if our neighborhoods are safe. We just love playing politics with people's livelihoods. Heroes, well, we identify with radical leftists, transitional gangs, and illegal immigrants. Who we'd like to meet. Honestly, we can meet any member of Antifa or an illegal immigrant. They're so awesome. Their nicknames are Sombrero Guy, Timu Obama, Dollar Store Obama, Chuck E. Cheese Obama.
He is the biggest
This is
troll.
an actual link from the White House. You can't make this shit up. This is too crazy.
I swear, he is the biggest troll.
It's called My Safe Space.
My space.
My Safe
What?
Space.
Oh.
Top friends: Joe Biden, Fentanyl Girl, Antifa, Soros, Chucky, real Chucky, Maryland Dad, and Tampon Tim.
What a troll.
Hakeem's songs are "Shut It Down" by Pitbull.
Yeah, I can't be mad at him. Oh God.
This is so great. But he does give out the number to Chuck Schumer's office to call if you want to get in touch with him, if you want to set up a date.
Does he?
Last working day is October 1st of 2025. So. And well, he includes, you can click on there. He goes straight to their voting record to show what they voted on and when and where. And it shows Republicans as well. So you can go check all this out. It's a link off. It's an actual link off of whitehouse.gov/MySafeSpace. There's its own music. I can't play it. I'd get in trouble with the tube. But yeah. Well,
I can't.
Apparently, after Trump posted that he was going to raise everything to Canada and he was pissed off at him, well, their prime minister has come to the White House and apologized about the advertisement featuring Ronald Reagan. He personally come to the White House to apologize. He's apologized to him, so.
Oh my goodness.
If you live in New York and, like I said, go out and vote, and please go out and vote. Zohran Mamdani, I can't even pronounce his name, is upset because Barack Hussein Obama has, well, refused to endorse him. So, headline in front page of the New York Post: "No, thank you, ma'am." It comes with Obama. He's refusing to endorse him. So,
if Obama refuses to endorse him, he might as well drop out.
well, speaking of which, we will finally have a winner, and that will be over tomorrow. Well, no, not tomorrow. Tomorrow night. So really the day after. So if you listen to our show, we'll probably be lit and I'll probably be canceled. But hey, we want this to be over with. But here's the problem. If he wins, and I've already seen this from my friends in Tennessee, there is going to be millions of people that will flee New York City, and they're going to go to places in the South. And, well, I'm from the South. So stay in New York. Stay up there. So,
Oh, God. Yeah.
yeah. They're looking at Florida, the Carolinas, and of course Tennessee. Stay out of Tennessee. Go to Texas.
Yeah, Tennessee is not a good place for you. Don't go to Texas either.
Yeah, so that's. But I've got friends who say it's coming. Over the weekend in the safe city of Chicago, 23 people were shot. That's a safe city. How many people were killed in a war zone last week? 23 were shot over the weekend. Okay. Is that MySpace no one reads anymore? No, it's My Safe Space.
Yeah.
But look, Bob is looking for the vote. Yeah. Here in Atlanta, he didn't make any friends when he came to Clarkston and said, you got to vote this way. Yeah, he didn't win any votes. So, but you were safe if you were in Chicago. Only 23 people were shot Halloween night. So.
Yeah, that's all.
President Trump on the immigration crackdown, he says, well, they haven't gone far enough. And of course, they want to highlight the things where, a grandma got tackled and, all this stuff. Okay, well, it doesn't matter if you're 1 or 100. If you interfere with a police officer, you might just be bitch slapped. I don't know any nice way to say it. So he says they haven't gone far enough. And in breaking news, Nancy Pelosi sobered up long enough to say that she is not going to seek re-election. So
no.
She's only like 120, right?
I know, right? Her skin's falling off. How can she walk around in public?
She's like 120. And this comes to us from Twitchy. A black woman goes off after Gold's Gym kicked her out for complaining about a man in the locker room.
What?
Gold's Gym in Los Angeles, she complained about a man using the locker room. And, well, how dare her have the mental capacity to say, that's a man taking off his clothes in our private space. And, well, Gold's Gym, they kicked her out.
Oh, boy. Oh, yeah.
I can't play this video because, well, even for my show, it drops a little too many F-bombs. But you can go find it over on X.
Wow.
Yeah. So they kicked her out. Yeah. And they're cracking down on ice spotting apps, as they should. So there was a mayor in, I think it was Minneapolis. He said he was going to post it on his social media every time somebody gave him a tip.
Wow.
President Trump, apparently in his interview last night, told Omar, representative from Minnesota, Ilhan Omar, to go back to Somalia. He said she should return because she calls that her home country while speaking in Somali. He says she should go back. Well, you know what? If that's your home and you like it, why are you here bitching about us? Go home. Just go home. Stop bitching about us. You're not going to fix the problem. Just go home.
What is that on your screen?
That is a tarantula.
That
and
is.
They found 163. Well, let me back up. The TSA agents found 163 pythons and tarantulas stuffed inside a Toyota truck at the border.
What?
Federal agents in Texas seized 163 tarantulas, pythons, centipedes, and other reptiles at the border. The exotic pets were being smuggled in a Toyota truck. How do you fit that many in a Toyota truck? So
how do they not eat each other?
Yeah, so stop worrying about drugs. Now they're bringing in snakes and
snakes and tarantulas. We have enough
Brandon
of
says she does need to go. Yeah, he also said go tell him to go to Indiana. So
I have a new job for her. The Crypt Keeper's getting ready to retire. She'll fit right in. When I lived in Arizona, they had a migrating season from the cotton fields with tarantulas. And you would drive down the road and they would be jumping in front of you and you'd be running them over because there'd be thousands of them running across the road. And you can't, what do? We have enough tarantulas for crying out loud. We don't need no more.
So apparently the smuggling of exotic animals has been increasing since we've taken to blowing up other stuff. So I guess we've got to be kind and not blow up a Toyota that's full
Somebody
of
check
animals.
those snakes. Those
So
snakes might be how they're transporting drugs now. Somebody check a snake.
24. Have you ever seen a snake's poo?
Yes.
Okay.
I used to own a snake.
24
so yeah.
royal pythons, 15 green anolays, I don't know what that is, 11 salamanders, 10 sick red tree frogs, albino
Oh.
milk snakes, 4 monarch ball pythons, 4 tarantulas, 3 yellow Pac-Man frogs, 3 Rankin dragons, and many more. They were all taken
Wow.
into the care of the U.S. Fish and Wildlife. So I'm sure they'll be taking care of them and putting them to the zoo or something. I don't know. As long as they don't let them loose in Mississippi. So, yeah. Well, we're running out of our scheduled time. President Trump is setting a new course for building shipbuilding. So if you want to read about that, we have a brand new plan coming together with a deal with South Korea. And if you decide you want to sell your vehicle, yeah, there is big money in that. Hearing a snake fart is weird. Well, I can only imagine. A New Jersey woman is filing a class action lawsuit against a Kia dealership because allegedly a salesman used her information to steal a Jeep Wrangler that she was trading in.
Wow.
I don't know if I could pronounce the name. Arginos Chico, he was a contractor working for the dealership. He explained that he would return the Wrangler on her behalf after he saw the paperwork. So apparently he stole it and was living in it for months.
Well, then.
Apparently, as soon as they found out about this, he was immediately fired and charged with unlawful taking. And he paid out $1,000 in his own money. So,
Oh, for crying out loud.
you trade in your car and then somebody decides to steal it and live in it. All right. Well, we'll at least hit FEMA was awake today. They did do the daily briefing. Wrong button. So this is as presented to President Trump this morning at 8:30 a.m. The daily briefing, minus the secret squirrel stuff. I have to take all that out. So things that FEMA is watching over in the Carolina coast: rain and thunderstorms, mixed precipitation in the Pacific Northwest and the northern Intermountains. So currently there is nothing in the Caribbean the Atlantic and the Pacific as far as big storms. And we'll look at more in-depth weather here in a minute. Before we do this, let me find the button here. Somewhere there it is. So because we've talked so much American news, let's give a little bit of weather for Australia. So Sydney, you are 17.6, but it feels like 15. Melbourne, 10.4. It feels like 10.4. Brisbane, you're at a high of 22.7, but it only feels like it's 23.9. Perth, well, you're at 20, and it feels like you're at 16. Adelaide, you're at 12.3, but it feels like 7.3. Hobart, well, you're at 11.8, but it feels like 10.4. Canberra, holy cow, it is 8.9, but it feels like 2.2. So, that's cool.
Wow.
Darwin, well, you're a warm
cold or hot?
25.4, but it actually feels like 29.4. So there is your wake up weather as best I could do. That comes from the Bureau of Meteorology, so that's up to date. So there you go. Let's look and see real quick what our president's up to today. Well, he is going to participate in a tele-rally tonight from the Oval Office for both Virginia and New Jersey. So that's good news for him, I guess. Live updates. Let's see what we got here. SNAP is partially funded. Well, that's good news. And let's see. GOP leaders optimistic for a shutdown deal this week. So we're probably going to go another week. So
Maybe.
Jeffries predicts significant Democrat victories in Tuesday. Well, do any of them know how to come to D.C. and vote a clean bill? Maybe. So, they're trying to cancel Fetterman. So
I'll leave him alone. Look, his stroke fixed him. Leave him alone.
Actually, I read a thing when he was first elected. He was suffering from he was healing from the stroke, but he was suffering from major depression. And now that he's in DC and he's got good doctors, good health care and all that, they've treated him and he's feeling better. And he is saying this is wrong and he's crossing the line. It's family and country first before party, he says. So they're going to primary him. They can't have that. So when he first started, I was like, I don't know about this guy. He wears hoodies, and I don't know about him. But he's since
he's doing better
a little bit. So let's see. We'll jump out of here. Going out of here with look and see if we can see. That's not it. This should be it. There's if you think there might be a balloon overhead. What do you think, Brenda? Think there's any balloons overhead?
Looks like quite a bit, actually. Macy Day's parade over there.
Yeah, we're even watching in Hawaii. Let's see. We'll jump down here real quick and see what's going on. If any military aircraft or do anything silly in I guess we should zoom out and see if they're doing anything in Somalia or Nigeria or Venezuela. But
I'll move into Tasmania.
Yeah, France is that's a weird course for France. They came over with their Falcon and they went to one of the islands and they went back and stopped and got fuel off the coast of Africa and then headed back to France. Well, good for them. All right, Brenda, you going to be anywhere between now and tomorrow?
Well, we've got the show tomorrow, Wednesday. We have this one and then the other one. So
we are here every Monday through Friday, every day from 2 until 4 Eastern time. That means we are your wake up show in Australia. And we appreciate you for tuning in. We love you guys. If you want to send us something, at Sportcat is the X way to get in touch with me. And in the show notes over on the Sportcat shows, which I really need you to come over and subscribe to. Even if you're not going to watch there, you're going to listen. That's cool. But I need your subscriptions to help get funded. So come over and do that. But tomorrow from noon until 2, you can actually catch me, Sportcat. I will be on the Thin Line Rock Station, www.thethinlinerockstation.com. I'll be spinning some hits, telling some stupid tales. It's a lot like this show, except it gets interrupted by music. So it's just me being stupid. So Brenda's the one that keeps me calm.
Yeah, right.
Everybody have a great day. I appreciate you for tuning in and listening and allowing us to tickle your ears. I hope you have a great morning, and we'll be back tonight with you over in Australia. Everybody have a great night. Sportcat, well, we're out of here. Oh, and by the way, if you're watching this on screen, this is the attacks that are cyber going on with the country. Well, the whole world. So check it out. Australia only gets spammed. We get the guys. Have a great day, everybody. Unless the aliens get us, we'll be back tomorrow. We'll see you.